Dear students, this is Dr. Muhammad Mudassar Shehzad from Division of Science and Technology, University of Education, Lahore. Today, we will discuss about the taxonomic characters. The lecture of taxonomic characters is divided into two parts. Today, we will discuss its part 1. The taxonomic characters, the lecture is basically falls in the subject evolution and principles of systematics. If we talk about what are taxonomic characters are the basically characters, or you can say that are the attributes of members of different taxons that may resemble with each other or may be different from each other. By the help of these characters, we can identify the different members of the same species or the members of different species. By the help of these taxonomic characters, we can also differentiate between the different taxons. The characteristics by which the member of two taxa agree but different from member of a third taxon is a taxonomic character. In these characters, we can easily observe the difference in between the different organisms, and by the help of these characters, we can distribute the animals into their different taxons. Students, now we will discuss about the functions of taxonomic characters. There are about 4 different taxonomic characters, in which number 1 is the taxonomic characters must have the diagnostic aspects, as indicates the difference between the different animals. These characters will function as indicator of relationship between the members of different taxons. These taxonomic characters are the key characters. By the help of these characters, we can easily produce variability and presenting the material related to different organisms of the different taxons. By the help of these taxonomic characters, we are also able to classify the organisms into different taxons. Students, here are about 6 different types of taxonomic characters. We will discuss each of type one by one. If we talk about the types of different taxonomic characters, number 1 is morphological character. Second type is physiological characters, and the third one is behavioral characters. The fourth type is called as ecological characters. The fifth type is geographic characters, and the number 6 type of taxonomic characters is molecular characters. Now, first of all, we will discuss about the first type, that is the morphological characters. The morphological characters are divided into different portions. Firstly, we will discuss about the general external morphology. Before discussing these types, first of all, I want to introduce about the morphology. Morphology means the physical appearance of different organisms. How the organisms are in their appearance, how they resemble are different from each other. In a very simple example, you can say the color of human beings. Some of the human beings having white color, some having light white, or you can say as brown color, and the other one are called as black people. Other than the color, you can easily observe the face expressions of different humans. These are basically called as morphological characters. Now we will discuss about the first type, that is called as general external morphology. If we talk about the general external morphology, it is superficial feature and is very easy to diagnose the animals. For example, the feathers on birds, scales on reptiles, and the arthropods' external skeleton. If we talk about the first character, plumage of birds, that is also called as feathers on birds. The combination of feathers is called as plumage. Plumage is basically a layer of feathers that covers a bird, and the pattern, its colors, and the arrangement of these feathers. The second plumage is called as plumage of mammals. This one was the plumage of birds. That was a combination of feathers, and this plumage of mammals is a combination of hairs, or you can say the fur or foal. The third example you can say about the scales of reptiles or fishes. You can easily count the scales of fishes and reptiles and can distinguish the different animals into their different taxons. The second type is special characters. Example of special character, you can say the genitalia, that is a reproductive organ in different mammals and in different males. By the help of these organs, the male can interbreed with their females. If we talk about these special characters, first of all we will discuss about the genitalia. Different genital structures of each species helps in reproductive isolation of the different species. If we talk about the difference in genetical structure that has been used to delimit the species, it is very effective in insects, where lock and key relationship exists between the male and female copulatory organs. The color pattern and other aspects of coloration are among the most easily recognized and thus the most convenient character in certain groups of animals such as birds. We talk about the internal morphology, both the soft as well as hard parts of practically all groups of higher animals have been used as taxonomic characters. For example, the skull structure of higher animals. You have already seen the skull structure of different animals. In a very simple example, you can discuss or you can check about the skull structure of humans or other hominids as well as other mammals. You will see a lot of difference in between of all the skull structures in between of humans, humanids, and other related mammals. Next one is larval stages and embryology. Various immature or larval stages of different animals are round about very similar with each other. But after their development, or you can say at the end of their embryonic stages, the larvae may differ from each other. The eggs and structure of development of embryo will also provide the most important taxonomic information for the distributing of animals into their different taxons. If we talk about the example, there are the various sibling species of Anopheles, Maculipennis. In this species, the researchers discovered many differences in their egg structures. Classification of whiteflies is always based primarily on the structure of their pupa. The comparative studies of embryological characters such as cleavage patterns, blastulations, gastrulation are also very useful in many phyla to distribute the animals into their different taxons. If we talk about the karyology, karyology is the basically description of number of chromosomes, their structure, size, and shape. Chromosomes are particularly very useful on two different levels. On the one hand, the chromosomes may help in the comparison of closely related species including sibling species. They are often far more different chromosomally than in their external morphology. They may resemble with each other when we discuss or we check their morphology, but in the real sense, or you can say that genetically they are totally different. On the other hand, chromosomal patterns are of extreme importance in establishing the phyletic lines in between the different ancestors and their descendants. Now we are going towards the first type, that was the general external morphology. If we talk about the example of general external morphology, there are the feathers of different animals, there may be the scales of different animals, there may be the hairs of different animals that may be different from one another. Here you can see the superficial feathers that are very easy to diagnose the birds from other animals, and on the other hand, reptiles having the scales on their body, and we can easily identify the reptiles from other animals. If we talk about the genital structure, that was called as special structure, that may help in reproductive isolation. Here are the different structures of genitalia. In this structure you can see this combination of clause, and in this you can see the difference in between these two clauses, and you can easily observe all of the 6 different clauses that are very different from one another. Next one, that was called as anatomy, or can be called as internal morphology. In this we have already give the example of skull of different higher animals. Here you can see the skull of different animals. The skull of these animals are totally different from one another. Next one is embryology, in which we have already discussed about the cleavage patterns, in which holoblastic or meroblastic cleavage, and after that blastulation and gastrulation. Here in this diagram you can easily observe the embryonic development in different species. First of all, you can observe this embryo, that is the embryo of fish. This is the embryo of salamander. This is the embryo of tortoise. This is the embryo of chicken, and this is embryo of human. You can see that all of these embryos are little bit similar with each other, but when these embryos grow up to their mid stage embryo, they may differ from one another. After their maturation of embryo, or you can say it as a fetus, the fetus may differ from each other. Here in this diagram, that is, you can easily observe that this is the fetus of fish, and this is the fetus of salamander, this is the fetus of tortoise, this is the fetus of chicken, and this is the fetus of human. If we talk about the karyology, that we have already discussed, that the karyology means the number of chromosome, size of chromosome, shape of chromosome. Here are the different examples of somatic chromosomes. First of all, if we talk about the humans, you can see that there are 46 somatic chromosomes, that may be 23 pairs. And in this table, you can easily observe that the buffalo having 60 number of chromosomes, cat having 38, cattle having 60, dog having 78, donkey having 62, goat 60, horse 64, human 46, pig 38, and sheep having 54 number of chromosomes. And the second taxonomic characters are called as physiological characters. If we talk about the physiological characters, the physiological characters may refer to the physiology of different animals, in which the researchers may discuss or may correlate with physiology of one organism towards the physiology of another organism. In these physiological characters, the researchers may compare the growth constants, temperature tolerance, and various processes such as their formation of urine,
their feeding methods, their digestion, their respiratory methods, or their reproductive methods. All of these processes are termed as physiological characters. These characters cannot be studied in dead animals or in preserved animals. These characters only can be observed and can be discussed in living organisms. Here are the metabolic factors. In these metabolic factors, I am going to give you example of gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. Here you can see the structure of gram-negative bacteria. In this gram-negative bacteria, you can easily observe that there is an outer membrane. Outer membrane having lipopolysaccharides that are showing in the green color. And on the second hand, you can easily observe that outer membrane is bounded with a layer that is a lipoprotein layer. Blue color in this diagram is expressing the lipoproteins. The lipoprotein is a layer in between the periplasmic space, or you can say that it is a floating or suspended layer. And on the lower bottom, you can see the cytoplasmic membrane of these organisms. But if we talk about the gram-positive bacteria, there is no outer membrane or lipoproteins layer. But you can see that there is the lipoprotein layer that is on outer side of their body. There is a very thick layer of these peptidoglycans. These blue colors are showing the peptidoglycan, as we have already seen in gram-negative bacteria. This peptidoglycan in gram-negative bacteria was suspended in between the periplasmic space. Secondly, we are going towards the body secretions. These body secretions form consistent patterns. By the help of these secretions, we can easily find out the morphology, number, size, and structures of secretory glands. For example, waxy secretions of scale insects and mealybugs. Here in this diagram, you can easily observe these bugs that are secreting their undigested waste on these branches of plants. So, thank you students. That was all about of our 2 days lecture that were comprises of taxonomic characters part 1. If you have any type of question, you can ask me. We will inshallah meet you in our part 2.